Today is a sad day. Today being, as of recording this, September 1st, 2022. For the past 15 years, I've been a dedicated and loyal fan of Halo. Even when things looked bleak and hopeless, I've powered through and found something about Halo that I love and have clinged to it, thus restoring my faith in it. If the second sentence I've said here hasn't already given it away, I have been playing Halo since Halo 3's release. Now, just because I started with Halo 3 doesn't mean I didn't play the others. Matter of fact, the last Halo game I played in the franchise, besides the newest one, was the original Combat Evolved. I didn't really get a chance to play that until it came out remastered for the anniversary version back in 2011. I grew up and still am quite poor, so I got Halo 3 one day after it released because I distinctly remember that September 25th going to a friend's house and playing it for the first time. From that point on, I was hooked, and sometime around 6 to 8 or so years later, I was fortunate enough to get my hands on a vintage used original Xbox with one original Duke controller that it came with on release, and Halo 2. And the previous owner had burned an entire 50-cent greatest hit CD onto the console. I still have very vivid memories of sitting in my room or across the street at my friend's house, bumping to 50 Cent's Candy Shop and In the Club while fighting the horde of Flood on High Charity. Then, over time, I acquired Halo Reach and Halo 4 as they naturally came out for Xbox 360. But then I went over to PlayStation when the next generation of consoles came out. So when Halo 5 came out, I was unfortunately ostracized from playing it because platform exclusivity is a joke and I hate it. I've already voiced these opinions on the latest bullshit podcast episode. Link will be in the description if you want to go check that out. But due to Halo's exclusivity on Xbox nature, I wasn't able to play. That was until about 4 or so years after its release, I managed to get my hands on an Xbox One S for very cheap and got to play Halo 5. Just to clarify here, I've liked every Halo game that's come out thus far. Do I love all of them like I do Halo 3? No. Do I like all of them and even Halo 5? Yes. Now that I feel that I'm done validating myself or taking a nostalgia trip or whatever the start of this video was, I'd like to address what I said at the start. Today is a sad day. I just got done watching 2 videos by a YouTube channel named Halo Follower. I've been watching Halo Follower's videos for quite a long while, and I must say the main reason I watch and appreciate their content is for the news on Halo they provide. I will also attempt to make sure the links to the 2 videos I'm referring to are also in the description below. After these videos were ingested into my eyeballs, I've come to a conclusion. I almost regret buying Halo Infinite. For a lot of people, the almost in that sentence isn't there, but for me it is. The only reason it is at all is because I firmly believe that Halo Infinite's campaign is amazing. I think that's something that most Halo fans can agree on. Well, maybe not everyone can agree on amazing, but at least really good. Better than Halo 5's, because at least we played as Master Chief for more than 30% of the game this time. However, in retrospect, I find it hard not to regret paying $60 for Infinite at this point. Now, my whole reason for saying all of this and making this video in the first place is I'm almost in a heartbroken state right now, knowing that my love for Halo is all but gone. Like, the games anyway. My love for the universe Bungie originally built and like the books and all of the lore shows absolutely no bounds. But I feel like ever since 343 took over, things got super rocky and everything is just shrouded in minor controversy. I'm not legitimately asking for them back with what I'm about to say, because they seem a lot happier working on Destiny, and Destiny seems to be going well. I don't know, I strongly disliked the game, but that doesn't inherently mean it's awful. But Bungie, I miss you. You've delivered a universe and games that blew me out of the water as a young human, and when I go back and play them, I still see the greatness poking through the cracks of nostalgia to a time when the franchise was actually good as an adult human. So why am I shitting on Halo right now? And more importantly, why have I kind of been treating Halo Infinite so badly considering my oh so very high and mighty opinions when I played through and finished the campaign? It's because of a lot of different reasons. Mainly that the campaign is in fact the only good thing about this. The multiplayer seems to lack a fundamentally diverse weapons sandbox, only having weapons that seem like they have certain roles and individual pros and cons that, when put to the test, don't match up to just using the Magnum and the assault rifle you spawn with. Oh my god. Do you guys remember that word? Magnum? Spelled like the condom? Don't you miss just seeing the word Magnum when you go to pick up a gun, a pistol? And what the hell is the sidekick? Screw the sidekick, man. This multiplayer mode in this game feels like a sidekick to the entire series as a whole. Like the younger brother that just keeps nagging on the older ones to see, look what I can do. Only to then just flop on the floor and start crying because they didn't expect their face to hit the floor for some reason. 343, I feel like now doesn't really know what they're doing anymore. I feel like they've butchered Halo. Okay, picture this, ladies and gentlemen. Please, come with me as we begin a journey on an imaginative thought journey. Imagine you picture a boy. A little boy. Wearing a flat top hat and a scarf, and underneath that scarf, he has a little old, early 1900s British schoolboy uniform. He's outside, in the cold. There's snow everywhere, as there's a blizzard outside, burning his cheeks and little nose with the cold gusts of quick and relentless frozen winds. He starts his stroll back to his home being a cardboard box with no insulation. As he walks with labored steps through the snow, he stops in front of a light. It is a storefront that sells radios. The late night newsman is saying that the local government is planning on releasing a new anti-homeless initiative at the end of the year called Season 3, and it'll blow the socks off every homeless man, woman, and child in the nation. It will include free forge homing for everyone to enjoy, and free catering from the illustrious co-op campaign caterers. All the makings of what life for this little boy should have been from the start. From launch, all of these basic necessities should have been available to the boy, but instead he's had to live his life so far cold and afraid of the world around him, which is the cold, contentless landscape of Halo Infinitesville. As the boy returns to his cardboard box, at least he gets a little smirk of happiness as he looks above his box and sees the overpass overhead, the bridge aptly named Campaign Bridge. And he crawls in, huddles up with his scarf and 3 blankets, and tries to sleep. The boy wakes up, still a little sad as the overpass overhead, the Campaign Bridge, has started showing cracks and drips ice-cold water from the melting snow and the sunlight on top of it right onto his box. However, he walks past the same radio store that he listened to last night. He remembers that the Forge hotels and the co-op campaign catering is going to be something to live for and be happy with. A genuine smile comes across his face, something often rarely seen in the multiplayer streets he has to walk every day. And this time, however, as he passes the shop, the morning news broadcaster reveals that the Season 3 initiative has been pushed back. Way back. To like midway through next year. The boy panics a little inside. The news report states that 343 government officials at the head of the Slipspace Engine government are completely insane and have broken the government. In fact, the government wasn't even designed well in the first place, and it has always been broken. They barely formed the city of Halo Infinitesville in the first place, and so far it's been a huge farce since 343 people took over with the Slipspace Engine government, after the people who liked bungee jumping had more of a Blam-style government officiating left the city, back when it was named Halo Reachsville. Ever since, life for the little boy has never been the same, and the rich asshole who lives down the street was right, and the little boy now knows he was. Back when he first moved his cardboard box under that bridge, the thing the rich asshole yelled at the kid was, "That's a bad idea. You're going to live a miserable life under that bridge unless it has a battle royale frame holding it up." Now that the bridge is cracking and the 343 government officials are going to put in a battle royale frame, it just seems like the rich asshole is correct, because the 343 government officials had never had forge housing and co-op campaign catering in the first place, thus eliminating the need for him to sleep in a box under the bridge in the first place. Well, maybe it'll come someday, and Halo Infinitesville will be a swell place to live. Someday. But until then, I think the little boy, as well as the many others living in Halo Infinitesville, the people the 343 government officials dubbed the general fanbase population, are going to have to move the fuck out and go to a more desirable place, as their lives are wasting away and their time is being wasted waiting for things that should have already been there from the time that the generation of citizens was released to the public. Besides, when the co-op campaign catering does come into the city, I doubt there's even going to be any split-screen dining rooms either. Oh, wait. It was confirmed they're being abandoned too, so yeah, what's the point of living in this fucking city anymore? Well, I hope you enjoyed my little story and get the gist of what's going on through the story. I think it's time I nuke Halo Infinitesville off of the continent of my computer and move on to doing other things like I've been doing. The campaign for the game was a ton of fun, but I do kind of regret purchasing the game. If the game was like $20 to even $40, I'd have bought it and been gassed with no regrets. But surely this game just seems like it wasn't worth $60, and if the time and effort I put in even this writing this script and this little stupid story didn't tell you already, I'm pretty upset I did pay $60. I have very low confidence that 343 Industries would know what they're doing with Halo, and I hope that maybe in the distant future, when 343i isn't at the helm, I'll be able to actually enjoy a new Halo launch. But until then, I'll be fine with MCC. Anyways, that's all I had for today. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.